A very good morning. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita. And first up, in a shocking incident, a sub-inspector on duty was assaulted by the Hassan District Congress President and his gang in Sheshadripuram. It is learnt that High Ground Sub-Inspector Srinivas had approached the Hassan District Congress President Shivaswamy Gowda to penalise him for parking his vehicle in the no parking zone. This is when the Neta got infuriated and abused the cop in foul language. He even threatened to transfer him, following which the cop was attacked. A complaint has been registered in the Sheshadripuram police station and investigations are underway. Once again, an incident where it looks like these particular politicians believe they are above the law and can go ahead and get away with any act that they do. In an incident that has definitely left many people questioning the morale of this particular politician, the Hassan District Congress President Shivaswamy Gowda and his men have been booked for going ahead and assaulting a cop. It is understood that this particular cop you see on your screens had gone ahead and fined Shivaswamy Gowda for parking in a no parking space, and this is when Gowda as well as his men went on to use foul language against the police official, and after which they also abused and assaulted him. The official was sent in for a health checkup soon after the incident, and he has also gone ahead and filed a complaint against the politician. This is of course Shivaswamy Gowda, who is the Hassan District Congress President. This man was simply going ahead and performing his duty. He tried to book the car for going ahead and parking in a no parking spot, which is when this politician vented out his ire against the police official, trying to show that you had absolutely no right to go ahead and so much as touch me. This is the mental being of these particular politicians. They seem to believe that they're much more above the law at this point, and that's why we are looking at action also being taken to go ahead and prove a certain point and to set across a message that this kind of behavior will not be taken by the police officials. And while a carpenter was stabbed to death by a gang of 3 over a petty issue in Sarjapur, the deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Mukunda. It is learnt that Mukunda and his colleagues had visited a deserted location in the vicinity. A gang of 3 visited the same spot and questioned Mukunda and his team as to why they were there. Mukunda apologized to the 3 and was about to leave when one of the 3 gang members took out a dagger and stabbed Mukunda to death. A complaint has been registered with the HSR Layout Police. Well, it was a desolate area, but for absolutely no reason at all, Mukunda being attacked and stabbed to death. It is understood that he is a carpenter and is aged 28. This man, along with his friends, had visited a very isolated place when a gang of 3 who haven't been identified yet came up to them, questioned them as to what they were doing there. Mukunda immediately apologized. He backed off and was about to leave when one of the gang members went ahead and stabbed Mukunda. The cops as of now have no word on who is responsible, but they are suspecting that maybe the gang was up to some sort of illegal activity, which is why they felt cornered when they saw Mukunda there and decided to go ahead and stab him to death. Well, this incident has been reported from Sarjapur. It took place late last night is what we understand. A complaint has been lodged with regards to this particular case. The HSR Layout Police are going ahead and investigating this particular incident. Well, in fact, it's not going to be an easy task for the police, considering that there are absolutely no leads as to who is responsible. Of course, the statements of the friends who were with Mukunda have been recorded, and that will probably provide some sort of insight as to who was responsible. A petty issue there. Doesn't look like it was a case of personal enmity or anything along those lines. This carpenter was about minding his own business, was with his friends when this particular incident took place. Family members there unable to believe that the 28-year-old was killed for no apparent reason, that too. In fact, Mukunda was rushed to the hospital, but it was a little too late. He passed away due to the many stab injuries that he had. It is understood that one of the gang members who had brought out a knife went on to stab him multiple times, and that is what created a bit of the issue. By the time the carpenter was rushed to the hospital, it was too late. It did not manage to survive. Well, those were also the friends who were present with 28-year-old Mukunda. That is the 28-year-old who passed away due to that particular stray incident where gang members went ahead and stabbed him with a knife. His friends were with him, and the cops will be hoping to go ahead and get his particular description on who those gang members were from his friends. And moving on, a KSRTC Volvo bus met with an accident in Haveri. The bus was coming from Mumbai to Bengaluru. En route, it halted for a few minutes when a lorry rammed into it at around 5:30 this morning. No severe injuries were reported in this incident. Meanwhile, the passengers claimed that the driver was at fault as the bus was parked abruptly. And it is understood that this particular bus was on the way from Mumbai to Bengaluru. A lot of passengers. Unfortunately, nobody has been injured. We understand that the lorry rammed right into the bus because the bus had stopped in almost the middle of the road and had no lights on. And the lorry, not seeing this bus, rammed right into it. It took place late last night, is what we understand. This is a Volvo bus which was travelling from Mumbai to Bengaluru. All passengers are safe, is what we understand. Well, these are stills from that accident. You can quite clearly see that the lorry seems to have rammed right into the back of the bus. The bus clearly was not parked to the side of the road. Even the passengers have gone on to state that the driver is at fault because he seemed to have almost just abruptly stopped the bus in the middle of the road, which is what has led to this particular accident. Well, we're joined in by one of the passengers who was travelling from Mumbai to Bengaluru in this particular bus. Sir, if you could first of all introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Vaibhav.
Right, Vaibhav, if you could take us through exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was about 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And the bus just stopped. The driver just stopped the bus so that the drivers could change. As you know, it's a 14-hour journey from Bombay to Bangalore.
Right.
Okay, so it stopped right next to an highway.
Okay.
And the bus was stopped in a really weird location.
Okay.
There was a road next to the highway which connects it to the road connects to a village. So all these lorries and everything take a left towards, if they have to go to the village.
Okay.
So the bus stopped right in between.
Right.
And while we were there, a lorry came and hit us from the back. And the impact was very bad. There was a child right behind us who literally started crying. If the speed would have been a little more, probably something would have happened.
Right. Vaibhav, anyone who's been injured in this particular incident?
Sorry?
Has anyone been injured?
No one's injured.
Okay.
Exactly. If the speed would have been more, it would have been more by 10 more kilometers, probably there would have been injuries here.
Right. And what happened to the driver? Has he been taken to task? And did the bus start back? Are you now on your way?
No. We are still waiting for the bus. There has been no action. There are no cops here. the drivers have the very bad lethargic attitude that they don't really care what's happened here.
Right. Have you tried calling the police? What's the kind of response you received, Vaibhav?
The police didn't answer our call.
Right. And what about the lorry driver? Has he been injured?
The lorry driver ran away.
Right. Vaibhav, also, did you question the bus driver? Did you ask him?
We did.
And what did he say?
He didn't say anything. He just said it's not his fault.
Okay.
He didn't respond well after that. That's about it.
Right. So I'm guessing all of you were inside the bus, and only upon impact you realized what happened?
Yes. Everyone was inside the bus.
Right. Right. Vaibhav, thank you so much for talking to News 9 and telling us exactly what took place. What is absolutely surprising is the fact that no action has been taken. We understand that they are still stuck out there. All the passengers of the particular bus are still stranded in the middle of that highway with absolutely no action being taken. The police did not receive their call, and the driver refused to go ahead and take action. He refused to go ahead and take the blame for what has happened. If you can actually see in those stills, the bus is parked right in the center of a turn into a village, and we understand according to what Vaibhav had to tell us that the particular lorry was supposed to go into that turn, but because the bus was parked right there, it rammed right into the bus. The lorry driver has gone absconding, and fortunately no one has been injured, but it was definitely a rude awakening for them. They're still stranded out there is what we understand. The police haven't received their call, and the bus is unable to move as of now. And moving on, the Home Ministry has sought a report from the Maharashtra government over the alleged rape of a model by a senior IPS officer. The Home Ministry, being the cadre controlling authority of the Indian Police Service officers, sought the report after an FIR was registered against the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Sunil Paraskar, last night in Mumbai after a model accused him of rape. The model has alleged that Paraskar sexually assaulted her on several occasions, including once at a hotel in suburban Mumbai. According to the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, if a police officer is found guilty of committing sexual assault, he shall be punished with rigorous imprisonment of either description for a term which shall be not less than 7 years, but which may also extend to imprisonment for life, and shall also be liable to fine.